welcome to Loving Path Podcast, Episode 8. My name is Debbie. It's the podcast about knitting, dyeing yarn, living simple life, and really just being as true to myself as I can. So welcome. Thank you for coming back if you've been here before and you're continuing to follow along with my journey. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you are new and you're just checking me out for the first time, I so appreciate you being here too. Thank you. Let's see, it's Wednesday, February 7th, I think. I'm really bad with days. We homeschool. I never have to pay attention to the days, so I don't really ever know what they are. I have to look at a calendar. I think it's the 7th. We usually have homeschool theater Wednesday mornings, but we didn't go today because we got a whack load of snow last night, and we just were feeling like we needed to have a down day. So that's what we did. I'm going to apologize first off too if the light changes a lot. It's crazy outside. The sun's coming in and out from behind clouds. There's so much snow, the light reflection is happening, and now this time of the day the sun is just over here coming in my kitchen window. So you can see it now. It's just going all over the place. So it's going to go from really pale to really, really yellow, and I've tried to fix that, but I can't. So please bear with me. So yeah, how have you been? It's been a little bit longer than I'd planned from this episode, from the previous episode to this episode. I had planned on podcasting 9 days ago, like last Monday, to be able to remind you of my update, the shop update, and some other things, but I just didn't get a chance because life, right? Just so busy. And so I thought, the weekend came and went, and there was just no time that I could fit it in. And even today I was like, oh, I'll push it to tomorrow, but I keep pushing it because life's busy. And I'm like, I'm just going to sit down and do it. And it's okay if it's short, and it's okay if it's not fantastic. It'll be fine. And I also didn't think I had enough to share, but I do. So it's okay. So let me just see what we've been up to. We've been up to rehearsals for Isaac's theater. Wizard of Oz is well underway what am I trying to say? He's at the theater 3 times a week, usually. Sometimes he's not called on certain days because they don't need him because they're not working on his part. But did I tell you what he was? He got cast as Nico, head of the Flying Monkeys, which made him very, very happy. And other things, like he's an Aussian and he's a tree and he's a tornado dancer. They all have tons of parts because there's so many kids, 35 kids, but it's such a huge show. Lots of ensemble parts, and so unless you're Dorothy or like the wizard, not the wizard, but because even the wizard has multiple parts, Dorothy or the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Lion, or Torto, other than them, you are a whole bunch of different parts. So anyway, that's been fun, but we've been busy with that. I was there on Sunday. You may have seen on Instagram I posted some pictures with costumes, and we have racks of costumes, and just like every kid's got 4 costumes, and so it's just a lot of work, but it's fun to watch them all come out, and they're so excited when their costumes come out and they get to actually try them on. So that's been fun. What else? Had my update, which was amazing, and thank you so much to everybody who shopped that update. I was overwhelmed with the response, truly. It was fantastic, and so I'm excited for my next one. And all those went out, all those parcels went out. I also have the yarn club that's going on, the Odes Musical Theater Yarn Club. Wizard of Oz is the current month. It mails out Friday, and then subscriptions for next month open on Sunday, but I'll announce what that will be on Friday. Try to keep all my days straight. Oh my goodness. So that's been good. We've had so much snow again last night, so much snow. It's been cold. All we want to do is stay home and not go anywhere. But you know, that's not feasible. Especially, well, it's not feasible for anybody ever, but it's just not feasible. We gotta get out, otherwise we go crazy. But it's hard when you homeschool. You don't have to leave your house if you don't want to. But we have to. We have lots of things going on. Swimming yesterday and piano, and today homeschool theater, which we didn't go to. But rehearsal tomorrow night and voice on Friday. Rehearsal on Sunday. Sorry, my nose is super itchy. Anyway, it's fine. Complaining. I'm not going to complain. Fiber share. It's everything I wanted to talk about. That's the other thing that's been taking up so much of my time. I love fiber share. So you know that last round, my fiber share, I was connected with the amazing Connie in Chile of Connie Knits. Connie Knits. She does knit. Chile Knits. And we became fast and amazing friends really quickly. And that was an amazing experience, my first experience. Not only that, but the person who sent to me, Althea, she's amazing. And we connected on and had so much in common. So she sent me a beautiful package. And so I just feel like I wanted to keep it going because I didn't think it could ever go wrong. And I have heard some people say that it's not been the greatest experience for them, and that's hit or miss, right? Like sometimes you're going to get somebody who's just not going to click with you. But I lucked out again this time, and I have 2 amazing partners who I love so much. So I'm going to shout out to Maria and Lena, and I've been talking to them both quite a bit and have so much in common with both of them. We just chat the days away and already feel like old friends, which is just so nice. So that's where I've been. That's another reason I don't podcast, because I'm on my phone chatting to my FiberShare friends all the time. And Connie still, like we still talk every day pretty much. So if you've never done FiberShare, I suggest that you do it, because it's $7 US and you get hooked up with somebody internationally or nationally, depending on what you pick. And even though I'm just seeing that white shirt come through there, that's a little bit loose. Oops, I'll talk about that in a sec. Internationally or nationally, depending on what you pick, but they sometimes will, like, they can't match everybody with their exact preferences depending on how many people sign up, and maybe not as many people sign up for international as national, you know what I mean? So I'm sending to Denmark and I'm receiving from Sweden, and last time I sent to Chile and received from the United States. It's just amazing. So amazing. So do it. That's what I'm saying. Just do it. $7. All you have to do is send 200 grams of fiber. But most people send more than that. And not even that you have to send more than that, but they just like, and you don't have to buy anything. You just pick from your own stash and just curate a little package for somebody. Get to know somebody, make a friend, and then really get to know them and kind of curate something that you know they would love. It's just the most fun. That's the best part for me too, is making the friends. Fiber is just a bonus. When you get to meet somebody and like chat and feel like you've actually made a friend on the other side of the world, it's amazing. So, you know, Connie and I have already talked about, well, we are going to meet up this fall in Rhinebeck. We thought we might be able to meet in March because she was going to maybe come to Canada, but that's fell through, sadly. So, and then I'm already talking about meeting up with my other 2 partners at some point, maybe next year at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, which I'm planning on going to. So it's just, it's warm and fuzzy inside. It makes me so happy. Okay, I'm going to gush FiberShare for ages, so I'll stop. Look into it. Oh, see? Yellow. That's yucky. Look into it if you haven't. It's really, 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 really cool. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to finished objects. What am I wearing? Oh my gosh. I'm wearing my Carbeth sweater. This is so awesome. So I'll just adjust myself here. So Kate Davies is the designer, and this sweater is so amazing. First of all, this detailing, this for the decreases for your yoke, is brilliant, I think. I don't know, maybe other people have done this. I've never seen this before, but maybe it's something that's really standard on some kinds of sweaters, but I thought it was brilliant. So normally, you know, you're decreasing and your sleeve stitches get shorter, and this stays nice and long. Well, this got short and the sleeve stitches stayed long. Oh my, it's just amazing. So that's a beautiful detail in the front and back. And then it's cropped and it's extra wide. And this, okay, I don't know, I'm just all over the place with this sweater. This collar is a beautiful rolled collar. I played Yarn Chicken, a pretty serious game of Yarn Chicken, and I lost. So my rolled collar is actually 10 rows shorter than it should be. And I thought that maybe it was going to just keep flopping up and it'd have to kind of be like a mock type turtleneck. But it blocked really, really great, and it's staying flat, and I love it so much. I'm gonna stand up. I propped up my chair, but that didn't really work as well. Oh, it's not green. It's like teal blue, a heathered blue. Yarn is Knit Picks. Wool of the Andes in their tide pool heather. It's a discontinued colorway. So I tried to order more yarn, but I couldn't because they don't carry it anymore. So you can see it's a little bit wider. I went down half a needle size, so from 6.5 millimeter to 6 millimeter, and that was actually really good for me because I knit pretty loose and I thought, oh, it's gonna be massive. Especially when it's like, I think it said like 10 inches of positive, no, 5 inches positive piece. Anyway, I thought it would be too big. And this is nice. I like this. It's not like really gapey, but it's big and it's perfect. And I actually made it longer as well. So I think it's supposed to come to about here. I made it about 2 inches longer. On top of my jeans sit right here. So it's just over the top of my jeans. But not quite as, like, here's the bottom of the waistband. And it sits there. So it's not really long, but it's not cropped. And I love it so much. Okay, let's get rid of that yellow if we can do that, because that's horrible. So yeah, it's great. What else did I not tell you about this? It was just a very fast knit. So it's sport weight yarn. I knit double, like I held it double. What do you want to know? This needs to be a live video so I can answer your questions. I don't know. That's all I can think of. It's brilliant. It's so fast. I knit it in like 8 days or something like that. It was done. This, you can see this coming through. This is, I think I just, when I was doing my decreases at the very top, it was a little bit loose. I tried to tighten that up, but clearly you're seeing a little bit of my shirt through there. It's all right. You can see the back. It's the same. Oh, I love it. And I think like the sleeves are like a little bit extra long, so they're nice. If you're wearing a long sleeve shirt underneath, you can fold them up. Like if you need to, and it still doesn't, you don't lose any kind of detailing. She's just a brilliant designer, and this is not like a challenging sweater. It's super simple, but the detail makes it look so much more, you know? The aesthetic of that, you have, it looks like you've made yourself this really fancy sweater, and in fact, to knit it is quite simple. So there's a hashtag knit along going along right now on Instagram, bang out a Carbeth, so you might want to follow that along and make your own. It's super easy. Two strands of sport weight together, or you could use a bulky, I suppose, if you wanted to. And it's so warm. Like I put this on and I'm like, ugh. I think the only funny thing for me is I really seem to love this boat neck style of a sweater, and they make me cold because I don't like the cold air going down my neck, but it's always exposed. So then I always have my shawl on, which is okay, as long as you're not worried about blocking off this beautifulness. And around the house, who cares? But often I need to have something over top of my back, or I'll just put it on like a grandma. But I'll wear my shawl like a grandma, because sometimes I feel like I am. Anyway, that's my finished object, and I love it so much. Go make yourself one right this second. Go. Off with you. No, just stay for a bit longer. Kate Davies, I just love her so much. So that's my finished object. I'm pretty impressed that I made a sweater in 8 days. Not the first time though, actually. I have this. This is a finished object from a very long time ago. Oh gosh, that color. This is my Katrine, which is a Quinson company pattern. I can't think of who designed it right this second, because I wasn't planning on showing it to you. It's a massive wool. They call it a cardigan, but I've never worn it as a cardigan. I've always worn it as like a coat. It's their puffin, which is a single ply, bulky, and I made this in 8 days. Hi, Isaac. So anyway, this is great, really quick knit. If you live in a cold climate and you want something in this cowl, like, so you can see here where the shoulders are, and this cowl that just goes on. And I actually knit the cowl, I think 4 inches shorter. I think it's supposed to be 10 or 12 inches, and I stopped long before I got there, because I think it would have been up to here on me. As it is, it already covers my whole face, and it's rolling down a little bit, like it's really big. one of my favorite knits too. So you can knit, when you knit bulky, you can knit things super fast. So if you're daunted by sweaters, then knit a bulky sweater, because it'll be really fast and you'll be like, whoa, that'll encourage you. And then you can enter it in my Cal, which I haven't talked about, and that is the Drawer of Sweaters Cal 2018. So I'll put this in there. I'm not winning prizes, but I'll put a picture of it in. So the whole idea for that Cal is just basically to encourage us all to increase our garment wardrobe. I mean, I know lots of us knit lots of socks and cowls and shawls and toques and mitts and things like that, but I've noticed a trend this year of a lot of people commenting on how they want to knit more sweaters. And yes, why wouldn't you? Sweaters are the thing to knit. That's all that matters in my book. I love my drawers full of sweaters, and so I really wanted to encourage people to do more of that this year, and so I started that Cal, and I thought that would be super fun to, like, there's no pressure. It doesn't matter what kind of sweater you knit. Okay, there are some guidelines. Don't knit a baby sweater. It's about increasing your wardrobe, not just knitting any kind of sweater. So baby sweaters, kid sweaters, like I won't, my son, unless I knit him an extra small adult, which I could, the sweater I made him for his solstice sweater is flax light, and it's the 810 size. I knit a little bit looser so that it would be a little bit bigger, because I knew the extra small would be too big. And I didn't want him to look like sloppy in it. But if you're knitting an extra small and up, perfect, then enter it. Cardigans are fine, not tiny little like bolero type things that are super small. I'd like it to be a full-size sweater. Someone asked if it could be the Irish rug, and which I think is Melanie Hoffman. That's fine, because it's quite a lot of knitting. I'm thinking even the featherweight cardigan, which is fingering weight and not a huge garment, but that can take a long time, and I don't mind if you knit that for the drawer full of sweaters. I wear my featherweight all the time, so for me that is a staple piece, and I think that should be able to be entered in the Cal. So, and there's already some people over there who have entered, which makes me so happy. So if you haven't entered yet, get knitting your sweaters and just drop your name, and we're going to draw prizes every single quarter. So the March 31st will be the end of the first quarter. I'll close that thread down and we will draw some prizes. If you're out there and you think you want to donate something, please feel free to get in touch with me. I'm not asking people to send stuff in, but if you want to, I'm happy to accept anything that you have, because that would just make it more fun for those people who are winning, but not necessary. Okay, so this will go into the Drawer of Sweaters Cal. Go check that out, and let's move on to works in progress. Okay, works in progress. So last week, this was my work in progress, but I've moved on. I'm still working on my Breton, which will be a work in progress for a while. But as you know, I've finished the one sleeve. This is Jared Flood, Breton. This is a sweater, pattern name. I don't know why I keep doing that, that's weird. This is the top. And this is the bottom of the sleeve. I feel like you're reading my mind, and so I leave bits of information out. Bad podcaster. I'm sorry. Anyway, there, I'll fold it in half. You can see it's a sleeve. And then I started the second sleeve, and that actually has worked up quite quickly. I'm just, after I finished this, I cast this back on, and I am just finished the increases for the sleeve, and then I'm going to start the decreases for the cap. And so that will not take me too much longer to finish. I don't really know how much further on. I guess I'm a little ways up, but that won't take long. Nope, just a little bit more to go. And then I'll be able to start the body. And I think I'm just, like I said, I'm going to knit things in between, because I really like to have a little, break it up a little bit. Like I'm very monogamous in my knitting. So I won't knit on a pair of socks and a sweater and a shawl and a hat. Oh my god, I get nothing done. Like nothing. This is in my bag that my good friend Christine made for me. She doesn't have a shop. I think she should. But it's so pretty and I love it, and it's the perfect size for a sweater. Thank you, Christine. And so, yeah, I just knit one thing at a time. This color is making me insane. Sorry. So I'll knit something else in between. And I do have some ideas. I meant to bring that over and I forgot. So after the next thing I show you, I will go get that and show you what I have in mind. So I don't think I've showed you this yet. Maybe I did the very, very beginning. I can't remember. This is a mess. This is... Why is the color? It's so horrible. I think it's getting fairly dark out and I'm probably going to start to get really grainy. I apologize. This is the Vasa tea. Vasa or Vasa? I say Vasa. By Diana Walla, Paper Tiger. And it is just an oversized boat neck tee. So you knit basically a rectangle for the front and the exact same rectangle for the back, and then you seam up the sides, and I think probably 3 needle bind off up here or something. I'm not quite sure. Maybe you just seam it. And then what's left is the shoulders. Like that just makes a little droppy sleeve. Technological terms, droppy sleeve I don't think is a technical term, but you know what I mean. So this is my own yarn. This is Loving Path. My soul sock base, and I feel like I have mentioned this before because I feel like I've said this. You can see the 2 different colors, not the purple, but the lighter color, which is my signature colorway, which is called the Loving Path. And it's just 2 different dye lots and came out just ever so slightly different. And so instead of, I just used them for myself because I loved this one, and then this one came out a little bit more orangey from some of the speckles. So I thought I'd use them both and just alternate them. And so in the pattern online, obviously it's the same color, and you just stripe it with a different color. But I've just used 2, so they get just another different effect. It's just subtle. Oh, and I love it. So I'm knitting this because I want this to be a sample for some shows this summer. I have a lot going on this summer. Some big fiber festivals, and if you're in London, I'm going to be at Home County this year Folk Festival, which is a 3-day festival, and so I'll have lots of goodies there for you. I'm going to be there with my good friend Kate of Treetown Arts, and we are collaborating and doing a fiber booth together. So she will have all her amazing weaving and her woven jewelry that's gorgeous, and I'll have lots of yarn and samples for you to take a look at. So this will be one of them, and I probably will be wearing this unless it's ridiculously hot. In July, it probably will be really, really hot. So this should be done soon. I thought I had more to do. My gauge is off though. It looks okay this way, but like the row wise, it's really off because I'm 2 inches shorter than I should be, but this way it's okay. I don't really understand how that works. Do you understand how that works? I don't get it. It's not, maths aren't my thing, so I don't know. Like I might be a stitch off this way, but it wasn't when I blocked it, it wasn't. So maybe it's just because it's not blocked. But no, that would make, oh yeah, that would make sense. But it measures right, like it measures the right measurement when I measure it for the finished object, so that's okay. It's just the length is, I went to put it on like, that's gonna be a crop top and I don't want that, so I'm gonna knit a little bit longer. It'll be fine. I'm pretty easy, and then I don't know, I don't tend to fuss too much about all the dimensions and the logistics as long as it fits me, and if I have to knit longer and use a bit more yarn to get it to, I don't care. Like I'm not a big person at all. I'm 5'2" and or 160 centimeters, and I'm not a big person, and so I don't understand why some things, I don't know. I'm rambling. I don't understand. I don't understand a lot. Let's just be honest. Okay. One sec. I'm going to show you the other yarn I'm going to use. I'm back. Okay, so I mentioned this Vag sweater by Boylan Knitworks, and I'm going to make that, I think, after I finish the Vasa tee, or maybe whilst, I don't know, I might just knit them, I might just cast it on soon. And I think this is what I'm going to do. This is going to be my body, which is Thestral. And this is actually my singles base, but I'm not going to use singles for the sweater. I think I'm probably going to use my BFL, I think, base. We'll see. Haven't decided. And then Lollybrock, which is this beautiful yellow with speckles of brown and a wee bit of black and olive, which break into a really pretty orange. It's blowing out like crazy. I don't even know where my camera on this phone is. How bad is that? Anyway, I think standing back would be better. And those are really, really nice together. So body and then yoke. I love it. I don't know. What do you think? I think I can do it. I just think this will be under, like, it's not going to be solid, this color. And I actually like this color. And there'll be more dark up here. I'm not so keen on a black sweater though. So I was thinking about maybe doing something different. But I haven't decided. So far, this is winning out. Any ideas? You can leave me a comment. What do you think? I do really want to use this. We'll see. I do have another idea, but no, I'm not going there today. So that's, I think, what I'm going to work on in the future. And I'm not trying to think too far in advance because I do have a lot of things that I want to cast on. But, you know, I watch all my podcasts and they're all like, oh, cast-on-itis, and I'm cast on this and I cast on that. And then I watch them the next time and they're like, I didn't get anything done on this, or this. I'm like, of course you didn't. Because who can? Who can get all those things done in like a week or 2 weeks? Or 3 weeks if you're me. So yeah, I like, hopefully next time I see you, the Breton sleeve will be done and then I'll have started the body and this will be done or significantly done, and then I'll have something to show you, which is what I want. I want to have something to show you finished, or almost finished, and not 16 things that have each had a row knit on them, or an inch. So anyway, that's that. Okay, acquisitions. Oh my goodness. I've been bad, but not yarn, because you know I'm good with the yarn. It's fiber share. I know I have yarn coming to me. But I'm not so good with all the other things. So, a few things that I got. Okay, so where'd that go? I had mentioned last time that I had ordered some things and they weren't here yet. And of course, that same day, they came. Because that's the way that it works, right? I ordered some Knit Pro Zing needles. They're so pretty, and I don't really like metal needles. My hands get really sore, and so I really like wood. Wood's flexible. All my wood needles, I've shown you before, they're all bent but people say they bend or they break their wooden needles, particularly DPNs. I've never broken a DPN ever in my life. Once Isaac jumped on the couch and left my knitting there and he stepped on it and broke it, but I've never broke them from knitting, ever. So, I don't know what that's all about. I thought I was a hard knitter because they bend, but they don't break. But these actually are quite nice. They aren't hard like Addie's or some of those other ones that I just find really hard. And they're so pretty, and they're that's my sweater. And they're all color coordinated, so you know what it's like when you have all your needles out and they all look exactly the same and you can't find your needle gauge, so you have no idea what needle it is because the inscription of what, see that sun coming in? It's like not even close to me, it's way over there, but it's really bright right now because the inscription's all been like worn away by your hands, or this is nice and I love them and I'm going to order more. They're fixed. I find them super smooth. I've had no problems. I know there's going to be kind of like lemons in every single set that you get, no matter what you buy, but this particular pair are gorgeous. And it says right on there that it's a 3.25. It's not engraved, and you probably won't be able to see. Oh, you can see, it won't focus, but you can see where it's written. So that's great, I can tell, but I'll also just know that that beautiful tealy color is a 2.25, and I'll know 3.25. Anyway, that was an acquisition, and I love it. I'm really happy with those. I don't know if any of you guys use those. If you do, let me know how you like them. Is it worth investing in Is it worth investing in a set of interchangeables? I like fixed, I think. I think I'm just going to, sorry for that glare. I think I'm just going to really start to work just towards interchangeables. I'm not, or fixed. I find I have 2 sets of interchangeables. A nitpick set, which, you know, they're hit and miss. Some of the joins are horrible. The needles twist inside their join, or joins break, or they're like not smooth and the yarn catches. I've had lots of issues. But the ones that work great and I love them. And this light's making me crazy. And I have my Leica set, which I adore and will always use. So I don't really know that I need another interchangeable set. I might just get the fixed ones as I need them. Sorry, I'm trying to make that light not so crazy. There we go. So there was that, and then I also ordered a bag because I don't need bags, but who does? Does it mean you don't order them? Okay, look at this beautiful bag. So this is Birch Grove with Christina, and she lives in St. Catharines, Ontario, which is fairly close to me, a few hours away. It's where my mom grew up, actually. And she posted this on Instagram, and I was like, oh, this little folk art fox bag. I didn't think it was this small. It's fine, I love it. I didn't think it was this small, only because I didn't look at the dimensions, not because she was being like deceitful at all. I just didn't look, and so I didn't notice. But it's perfect for socks. So I have my Halloween socks that I never finished because Halloween came and went, and I was like, done working on those for now. But they're cute in my voodoo thing colorway. So they're in there right now, and it's just perfect. I actually had a sleeve of my Breton in there for a while because I thought, I don't want to leave this bag anywhere that I can't see it because it's just so cute. She's got gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. Her bags are great, super sweet details. This little cord is the drawstring. It's little metal beads. Isn't that so sweet? And so it's perfect. It's got my ball yarn in there, and my sock is here. This is my little needle cozy from my friend Cheryl of My Needle Crafts. And yeah, it all just fits in there perfectly when I don't have strings everywhere. Okay. It's perfect. Perfect for a sleeve or a sock. So if you're a sock knitter, check those out. She's got lots. And she's been doing some sweater size ones too. So that was an acquisition that I was really happy with. And I almost went on and bought another one in a sweater size, and I'm like, no, I don't need another bag. It was a close call. And then I got my subscription to Hand Cereal on Instagram by hand. They're beautiful lookbooks. First one was Puget Sound. Lookbook number 4. That's, I think, Pacific Northwest. I think. But I think. Yeah, it is. And then this is the one I really wanted. I wanted that one too. So I got the 3-month subscription because this was Lake Michigan. And that's not too far from me. I'm nestled kind of between 3 of the Great Lakes. Well, 2 specifically, and one's further on. So Lake Erie and Lake Huron, I'm nestled right between, just like half hour on either side. And then we have Lake Ontario, which is further up. And we get, because of that, we get a lot of snow. We are in the snow belt. We get the lake effect, and we get a lot of cold and a lot of snow. And then Lake Michigan is further west and a little bit further north. Well, it's north and south, but it's further west, and then Lake Superior is much further west and north. But yeah. It's beautiful. And even if you aren't going to make all the things in these books, I just love to read knitting literature. I love to read about the makers, and it's not just knitting. These beautiful stone pendants by Karen DeWitts makes those. Like, there's art, there are some recipes, and so they just take a tour around Lake Michigan. There's an awesome Plucky Knitters in this one, and there's a beautiful article, interview. Where is it? It's gone. I never know which way I'm starting. Anyway, with Andrea Mowry in here. She's in Michigan, and I keep thinking that it's here, but then I go right by it and can't find it. Anyway, it's in here. And then number 4, because that was number 5. Number 4 has the fur and feather sweater. So that's exciting. So I really want to make that. So that was a wonderful surprise. It wasn't a surprise because I ordered it, but it was a wonderful day that came in the mail. And then the second one came and I was even more excited. And then my friend, who is currently now living in Washington State, she's from here, but she is living in Washington State. She's home for a little bit. She brought me a present. She brought me this beautiful wrist ruler. I'm so bad at showing things, I'm sorry. This is so nice. But I'm kind of afraid to put it on because I'm afraid that I'm going to break it. It's leather, but somehow I'm still afraid that I'm going to break it. And I'm not very, like, good at putting stuff like this on. So I'm trying. Oh, there we go. Isn't that nice? It's so pretty. And you know how often you need a ruler? I never have one. I have a measuring tape one. I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where I put it. Checked all my bags. It's nowhere. But when you have one on your wrist, you always have a ruler. So that was an awesome, awesome present. And I love it. And then she also got me, oh, and so I should tell you who that's from. That's from I Love Handles. Wrist ruler. Keep this cute little tin. And I'm also keeping in there another gift she gave me, which is this snitch, golden snitch. It's not golden, but it is. It's supposed to be golden snitch progress keeper. It's not good. Oh my gosh, really? I take myself right out of the frame and I'll focus on everything else, but not that. Anyway. It's heavy though, like really heavy, so I can't use it on my knitting. But it's okay, you can use it as a pull, or I just like looking at it because she gave it to me. And she knew that I probably wouldn't use it on my knitting, because I even used it on this, which is heavy, and it was pulling the stitches. So whoever made those, it's gorgeous. It's a little bit too heavy though for knitting. So awesome. And I think that's all my acquisitions, because like that's not enough. So yeah, those are the things I think that I've acquired. I think that's it. There might be, I know there's more stuff coming in the mail. Oh my gosh, it's just so bad. Anyway, it's because I have to buy stuff for Fiber Share, people, so I have to buy things. And when you're buying something for somebody else, you buy something for yourself too, but no yarn for me. I'm so proud of myself, I have to tell you. Someone joked on Instagram and said, yeah, let us know how that goes. And I'm like, well, it's been 4 months. Yeah, it's almost 5 months. On February 25th, it'll be 5 months since I bought yarn. I'm sorry, that's really, really good. And I don't mind saying so. Because for me, it's really, really good. Anyway, speaking of yarn, I'm going to have a midwinter sale. I really want to clear out all the stock that's in there from last year. So you won't need a code. Everything that is in there that was dyed last year will be on sale. 20% off. And yeah, so check that out. That's going to start February 15th. So if you've been looking at things that are a little bit older and just kind of waiting, because I know it's hard with shipping and everything else, then that will be your time to take a look. Because there's still some stuff in there that you can get in multiples if you're looking for shawls or things like that. What else do I want to tell you? Shop update, it's going to be February 21st at 10 a.m. I don't know what's going to be in it yet because I've been so busy dyeing stuff for Wizard of Oz Club and a few other custom stuff that I've got going on that I haven't dyed a lot. So I'll be dyeing the next 2 weeks for that. And then, I look like I'm thinking on the fly here. And then the Wizard of Oz Musical Theater Month Club will be mailing out on Friday. So if you ordered from that and you're watching, you'll be getting your stuff sooner than later. I just have to put them in their packages and pop them in the mail. So that's going to be heading out soon. And then next month's Ode's Musical Theatre Club will be announced on Friday, and subscriptions will open on Sunday and remain open for a little bit, I think the week. And then they will close the following week, and then I will start dying, and that will go out again in March. So it just kind of keeps going like that. So keep your eyes open for that if you're interested. Instagram, I will let you know what that club is going to be. It's very exciting for me because it's one of my favorite musicals of all time. And one that I still watch regularly, one that I've seen live a few times, and I just, like, I sing it all the time. It's just awesome to me. Hopefully you'll like it too. And then, yeah, I think that's it, really. The only other thing I was going to mention with regards to the shop update was I did a Valentine's Day colorway, which is Love Me Blind, and it sold out instantly, which was amazing. And it was on my Soul Sock, which is 80/20 superwash merino nylon. And I had a lot of people asking me for it. Are you going to dye that again? I was like, it's Valentine's Day, no? So I did dye up a little bit more and put it in the shop, and the superwash merino both went. I only had a couple in there because I don't like to have things linger too long, so I don't dye big batches of anything. But I still have these two BFL nylon 80/20. If you're interested, they're in there, and they come with what's not here. They come with a free 20-gram cream mini, so you can do contrasting toes and heels, if you want. You don't have to, but you're gonna get that anyway, whether you want it or not. So you can use it for something else. I think that's just so pretty. So that'll be in the shop. So those will be in the shop until, probably till Valentine's Day, and I'll probably take them down because there's no point having them up after that. And I don't like things just sitting, so I will likely just take those down and put them in my one of a kind bin that I take to shows. And then what I forgot to put in the shop this week were my sock blanks. But there's one that didn't make it, and I've since have two more. They're not braided up. I love this one. It's so fabulous, and that is going to, I almost want to keep this one for myself because I kind of know how they knit up, so I know what that's going to look like, and I am thinking that it's going to be some pretty socks. Look at that. It's one side and the other side. And because it doesn't go all the way through, you end up getting lots of little micro striping, very muted colors, not those bright pops like you think you would. This might want to live with me. We'll see. And then I have this one as well, which is more in the blues and greens and more creamy in the blanket itself. Super fun. So those two will also be joining that first one, and you'll have those in the shop too. I might pop those in sooner if I get them photographed and whatnot, but they'll definitely be there on the 21st, if not then. And with that, I think that's everything. I think I've got it all covered. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we have going on. What's today? Wednesday, Thursday, rehearsals. I've got some other things in the works with regards to shop stuff, but that's kind of still top secret, and I haven't really revealed any of that yet. Even really I haven't worked out all the details for myself even, so I can't really tell you. But there are some other things coming up, which will be fun. And shows, I know it's a ways away, but I will be at the Merrymaker show in May at the Covent Garden Market on May, I think that's the 6th. It's the Sunday before Mother's Day. So I will be there, and I will be at Gathering in the Green the first Saturday in June. And the weekend after that, I will be at the Kawartha Yarn and Fiber Festival in Fenland Falls, Ontario. So if you live in that part of the world, Ontario, come see me. That would be really fun. It's an inaugural event, so the first time they've had this fiber festival there, so I'm excited about that. And then I will share with you other things that are going on later in the season as they kind of approach. but that's about it. Okay. This light, I'm really sorry about this light. It's a little bit nutty. It's starting to get dark now. It's like 10 after 4, and I waited way too long to podcast. But it's done. Hopefully it doesn't seem like a huge, big, hot mess, and you will forgive me for the lighting and for what feels like me being all over the place. One more thing that I wanted to mention before I go is my pins. Like that light. I don't know why that. There's a light here because otherwise there's no window around me except for the kitchen window, which is like 10 feet away. And but I don't know why it's so bright. These are going to probably be coming out of my shop soon. As I make my way into festival season, I will pull them. So I just have them at my shows. So if you wanted one, it's probably a good time to get one before they are out. And I don't know that they'll go back in. They might at some point, but they've been selling really well, which is so nice. And I love to see everyone favoriting them and buying them. But I also want to make sure I have enough for festivals, and short of ordering another whole batch, which is a lot of money, I might just take them out and keep them for people who get to see them in person and who are also buying yarn. Or I might just put them, I don't know. Anyway, I haven't set a date for that, but it'll be sooner than later. So keep in mind that they won't be there for a heck of a lot longer. And then I'm going to pull them and have them for shows. So if you want one, please get one. And look at who came to say hello. Simon. Oh, what? This is how we snuggle. Hey? He likes to be held like a baby. He's not super well. He's got some severe IBD, and he needs a lot of loving and nurturing and special food and lots of cuddles, and we can't go away overnight and leave him because he needs medicine, and he almost died last year when we went away to the UK for 6 weeks, and he refused to take his meds from anybody. And you know, if you've ever been on a steroid, you cannot stop that cold turkey, otherwise you can die. But he's my love, and he was my first baby before I ever even had Isaac. So we're happy to take care of him. Oh, I'm so glad he made a little appearance on the podcast. There he is. Say hi? No. Okay, you want to say bye? Thank you for watching. If you want to find me elsewhere on social media, you can find me on Instagram as The Loving Path Yarn, on Etsy and Ravelry as The Loving Path, and there is a group for this podcast under the groups tab, and it's just called The Loving Path. So you can find us there. You can join the cal, you can say hello, introduce yourself. That would be lovely. And if you liked what you saw, you can subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Otherwise, I will see you all next time, which will be hopefully in a couple weeks and not longer than that. Until then, happy knitting. Bye. Oh.